Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's right, folks. We are live and back at it again. It's a Wednesday, so you know what that means. It means there's pyro, means there's dynamite, means there's AEW, and means there's these two pretty faces on your screen. I will remind you quickly, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. The show is kicking off. We have so much to talk about, so much to get into, so much juicy wrestling news out there, and it's a weird way to put it, but strap in, strap on, grab your snacks and your feel good, folks. It is 420 Eve, and we're gonna rock it out. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live. We are live, folks, and back at it again. I got Jungle Boy hitting the ring to start off the show. But like I said, we got lots to get into. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, your alternative commentary to all the wrestling. This is what we do night in and night out. We show up and show out. It's going to be a good one tonight. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. And as we know, there's already some festering issues within AEW, but who's going to talk about it? It's going to be me, Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and my buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. Happy 420 Eve. And of course, like JR said, make sure you take your vitamins and have your Jezebels spayed and neutered.
Here we go. Here we go. Now, we got Jungle Boy kicking off the show, so we're pushing the pillars still. Now, the one thing they cut him off. Probably best for everybody.
Well, is it not for anything, which, by the way, hi, everybody. Hi, boss.
Hi.
Damien, all of that. Everybody that's tuning in that's, too shy to put a comment. But are these not two of the weakest pillars out of the four? Still, to me, Darby versus MJF is your money feud. Mm-hmm. You could build that. That's your polar opposites. That's your, I think some people might discredit me for giving Cornette credit, but it's your Flair Dusty a bit of, they're so opposite each other, but why am I blanking on his goddamn name? I literally just had it. Fucking vitamins already, folks. It's not even 420 yet. Darby's already shown what he can do as he's coming out right now, but showing what he can do on the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So him versus MJF going back and forth, like that whole back and forth segment from last week was amazing until Sting.
Yeah, Sting was an issue. We talked about it last week, talked about the show last week, and I mean, we're starting the show off now. We've started a couple shows off like this. I'm curious. I want to see what they do. They're keeping it short. Not everyone's getting a turn to talk. Sammy's a bit of the interesting one in the group because Sammy's stuck in a tweener mode. Instead of Sammy sticking to being an arrogant little heel, to put it nicely, he kind of started trying to play a baby face up against MJF. And
he can't be heel against MJF because then you either have to be on his side or you get eaten alive. So,
well, that's where I think that if he just stuck heel and kind of healed it up with the two baby faces, every once in a while took a pot shot at MJF, but mostly focused where he was getting his heat from. But, I mean, it is what it is. Sammy is debatable. Jungle Boy, I think he has a bright future. I do. He's just not there yet.
Jungle Jim Perry's the odd man out here, I feel like, in this whole situation. He's the weakest coming to the table, I would say. Sammy's got at least something. Might not be great, might be injury prone, all of that, but he's at least going to fucking try. And they've booked him enough. Jungle Boy, he's been stuck with Luchasaurus, and that's all you know him for outside of he's Luke Perry's kid. Darby's, like I said, he's the strongest out of this. He's the battle-tested one. He's had to sit there and play Sting's bitch. But at this point, I think he's surpassed needing 60-some-odd-year-old bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to stand alone. And honestly, last week I said it at the time of like it was literally like the dad
Jungle
bringing
Jack.
Jungle Jack, but literally the dad bringing his kid to the out to the playground and being like, "You guys have to play with my kid. He's cool."
Yeah, it's the older brother or like the dad, like saying of like, "What did you say to my kid?" And just like whooping ass on like the bully that's like 10 years old. Like, all right, dude, and making no sense. But C Money, what up? Super Saiyan Sammy, yes. Jack, what up? Rocco, what up? Doesn't Jungle Boy fit in the cast of that 70s show by his look? Yeah, he looks like Hyde's younger brother.
He does, actually. That's funny as shit. I do think, and I thought it tonight because they opened the show with it. As you try and mature Jungle Boy, and he's kind of got away from, Jurassic Express, I would have given him better visuals. I would have changed up the visuals. I would have dropped the Jurassic Park visuals.
He's had the Roman Reigns problem of when the Shield split, Roman got everything cool from the Shield. When Jurassic Express is now split, Jungle Boy's gotten everything cool and just stayed completely the same since split. While Lucha King, Kanosaurus has changed up all of that. So
no, for sure, man. Now, Darby, for those just tuning in, we have Dynamite live, and we are giving you all the updates, all the information. We got the pillars, 3 of the pillars in the ring, all 3 that seem to be, lining up for double or nothing.
Sammy's out there posting up in the corner, but
Smart
Mark, what up? Well, I like this. Let's get rowdy. Let's get Howdy. Well, no, I think Howdy left WWE.
Yeah, Rowdy and Howdy are on the shelf.
Right. Lauren, what up? Damien, AEW Rampage is on at a certain time on Saturday.
Yes.
We won't be.
Probably not. Not for that anyway.
Right.
That's moving Rampage to Saturday does no good for nobody.
Well, they had their highest rating ever because of the NBA lead-in. That's a very big part of it that no one wants to mention. That, hey, you have a 1-hour show and it's coming immediately off after an NBA playoff game at the same time SmackDown's going on. But, we're not going to pay attention to all of the elements that predicated it.
Yeah, just look at the start number and the end number. That's all I'm saying.
AEW Hindenburg is what it normally is.
What's up, Jacko? Damien, AEW. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Wacko and Dot, the Acme twins or the Acme triplets there.
He respects Sammy the most?
But you are still a scumbag piece of sugar honey iced tea. Yeah, Scott, he is 100%. Richard, all right, you're going to exist. We ain't going to click on you because, bro, he's just cut. He was just
he's still talking, right? No, here's the thing with Jack Perry is just he's green, and he admits he's not comfortable with that microphone yet. He hasn't really got his confidence. And it shows.
He's like his dad. He's just got to sit there and just move the eyebrows and give a glance.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if anybody needed a fucking veteran to hang out with that really helped him and not, beat him up was Jungle Boy.
That was Christian.
Right? He had a guy that could help him. He could come out and give the rah-rah speeches like fucking Sting does for Darby, but Darby doesn't need it. Darby speaks in a way that people pay attention. And
Darby's past it, though.
What's that?
Let's not lie and say that Darby had this out the gate. Darby.
Oh, no. It took time. Took time.
Yeah.
But Sammy is because Sammy's such an arrogant guy and I mean, confidence, overconfidence, call it what you will, but he is better than both of those two on the mic.
Well, he's the guy that started out not needing a fucking side by side, and instead he got one with Chris Jericho. That is.
Can I ask everyone a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did the word yes and the word no appear like on your screen during like an overlay like on the actual show?
Yeah, I know it's 420 Eve, but
did that happen?
I had my slip ups already, and we're still only like not even 15 minutes in. But I think we're both just feeling good.
There we go. Happy hump day, folks. We got Wednesday in the books. Friday Junior is upon us. Friday is right there. The weekend is just out of
Well,
reach. We're going to be there very soon. We got lots to cover on the way there.
Yeah.
Oh. See, Sammy giving a heartfelt speech. I don't love it.
Breathe it in, inhale, hold it in, exhale, smile and grin. But yeah, no, Sammy's just
What?
I was going on with the vitamins, but yeah, no. Sammy right now at this point still feels like TNT championship, being thrown into a contenders match but never winning. Like he doesn't seem like a guy that could really hold it, that you're tuning in to see. What are you tuning in to see? Sammy versus MJF? No.
Right. Sammy's a great guy off TV. I like it, Scott. I like
Fair
it.
enough. Fair enough. We are live. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. What up? Time for Dragonsaurus and Christian Canosaurus.
Oh, we got some cheers.
Lucha Kane.
Not a boo.
Oh,
the scarf
the
is here.
salt of the earth.
The scarf is here.
I mean, I got it. I mean, so I might as well. As I'm wearing a fucking Moxley shirt, but 100%. Where was it? There was one that there was one.
I feel like MJF is so far ahead of these three. Yeah, this goes no way but MJF retaining.
Well, that's not a doubt. Honestly, it's generational talent versus second-rate talent. Had to say that, but no. Even if it's MJF versus Darby, that's something you could. Darby loses, and then you sit on it. It goes to the back burner, and then you build it back up again. You can play with that for a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else here, I feel like it's a one shot at best, and it's more of a layup than anything.
Right? It could be. I mean, it really, again, he just feels miles ahead. He's just different physically, verbally. It's just different.
There's going to be a Pillars tournament after MJF has talked to Tony Khan. But I like this. Yeah, Jack Perry's had a great promo. Yes. And this to me is the best line so far. K Quick brought more rowdy than Ronda Rousey.
I gave that a thumbs up. Yeah, no, absolutely. I like it.
Can I get a hat? Oh, so we're literally going to draw names out of a hat. The person getting a bye in round one. So they're literally doing a Pillars tournament to who's going to face MJF. It's got to be Darby gets the bye. Darby gets the bye. See? Fair enough. So we're building up to a Darby MJF feud, I think, for Double or Nothing.
Sounds like it.
We're going to go a little convoluted route, but so we're going to get Sammy versus Jungle Boy, I believe, tonight, actually.
And then I feel like Sammy goes over.
Yeah, because he's the heel in that match.
So, okay. I was concerned they were blowing their wad.
And that match will be happening in the main event of Psych. It's happening tonight, player. You're going to face each other because you both suck.
Guy has pubes glued to his face.
MJF, though, is still like miles ahead of not only these. Out of the four pillars, he's miles ahead. Out of most of the AEW roster, honestly, he is miles ahead.
Tonight, player. I love that he threw on the player.
Holla, holla, holla. You going one-on-one with the Undertaker, player.
See, now he's starting to get cheers. He was too good. It wasn't heelish enough.
He's Roman Reigns. He was the heel that everybody likes.
Yeah, but he was doing such a good job just like coming in and shitting on the crowd and digging in. But he's shitting on these three in such a way where you're like, this is awesome.
But that's the thing, though, is like I said, to me, it's the Roman Reigns level of literally you are such an asshole and you're such a prick that everybody realizes what you're saying is actually probably pretty accurate.
Right. So Sammy Guevara versus Jungle Boy Deceive. What is your take?
Deceive?
Deceive.
Who's your what?
Yeah.
My pick, well, I think my pick is same with yours of Sammy Guevara, because then we get Sammy versus Darby. Darby wins. We get Darby versus MJF.
That feels like where we're going with this. Yep, absolutely. I honestly thought we might be leading to a fatal four-way, the way they had been booking it.
That's initially how it seemed, but especially even though when we're now getting the tournament, all of that, and how much MJF was just like, oh, I'm going to see who gets the first round by, and he sees it. He sees who it is, and then barely reads it and tosses it because it's already laying the seeds of that. You're so beneath me. I don't even need to acknowledge that you got to buy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Nick.
But we are in a commercial break, folks.
What up? What up? What up? Is All Out the WrestleMania of AEW? No, not
All
really.
in it will be because it's in Wembley.
Yeah. Well, I mean, generally they have the four and they kind of treat them equal. It's kind of the old school vibe, right? But is All Out the WrestleMania? Maybe.
All Out is like the SummerSlam, I feel.
Fair enough. So then what? Full Gear? Double or nothing.
Backlash.
Right.
We're just doing with comparisons. Like, I don't know. Like, where do we go? What were you trying to go there?
My guy. Anyway, tonight, Jungle Boy versus Super Saiyan Sammy. Yeah, we're getting that.
Man, God damn it. Have you never watched Dragon Ball Z?
What? No.
He's saying Super Saiyan. There we go. So that answered my question.
You knew I was going to mispronounce it. It's just going to happen. Mark sounds like it. Good evening, fellas. What's up, Jilly? Fatal four-way match at Double or Nothing pay-per-view for AEW title. Yeah, but see, Dale, I think now we just knocked that down. Unless could it still could we do Darby MJF non-pay-per-view and lead to that? I don't think we're gonna feel that.
If you do that, that is Hogan Goldberg in the Georgia Dome for the WCW Championship. You would be pissing away so much money, giving it away on free TV. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. KJ Nick, if TK was pushing Andrade, Larry just yelling at us tonight. Pushing Andrade, how would he do versus MJF? It all depends on the scenario. He is a top level guy for sure. You just have to have that. He needs a heater. Like if you're gonna go toe to toe with MJF, you need someone that can talk for you.
Andrade seems like a guy who would be an associate of MJF more than anything because they're both top heels. They both play that high class, that styling and profiling lifestyle. And good googly moogly. Do we need to start? Do us or DX need to start filing cease and desist orders against the Outcast here? Because they are all of the black and green, and they're literally marching out here like they're a fucking paramilitary troop. Like
they just need to drop the green spray paint gimmick. It's shit. It sucks. You copying someone.
If you took the worst concepts of NWO and the worst concepts of DX and put them together, randomly going at someone with a terrible towel.
They're not funny. They're not interesting. They're not that evil. Like they're kind of.
They're not compelling. They're not interesting.
It's not good.
Yeah, they're the Damage Control of AEW, but they're meant to be literally like the top female faction.
Truth. We don't need another WrestleMania event. One is enough. Yeah. Well, to be honest, Unbroken, there is only one WrestleMania. It doesn't matter what they do.
Fair enough. Well, you didn't even touch on this one of where your tag stream belts, guys. Like I've said before, I feel like somebody has the market cornered on sitting on stream with a championship belt or sitting in a hospital or anything like that. So,
well, I will say this though. If you guys keep be a Scott and keep hitting that super chat, we'll be able to get our own belts very soon.
Right. We'll get a custom tag stream champions of the world. Which, by the way, thank you, Scott, for the super chat of I have a theory Adam Cole takes over JAS and Jericho turns face after he's kicked out. Thoughts?
That's a crazy theory. I don't love it.
I don't want to see it.
I personally
can I not agree? Like, can I disagree with you, or just more on the basis if I don't want to see it?
Yeah, technically. Oh, we got a jump start. Storm and so I feel like we've just been playing scramble the tag teams with this feud for a while now.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we've been playing scramble between everybody involved, plus Riho and Sky Blue, and
Right.
the camera tried to cut away from Tony Storm struggling to toss Jamie Hayter into the ring and botching that, but they
I
didn't
want to get a
quite
Thunder
fully cut
Rosa chant
away.
going.
Yeah.
Adam Cole taking over the JS. I don't see it. I don't. And to be honest, and I said this, and a couple of people got really upset about it. But Adam Cole deserves better. In my
He's
humble
finishing the
opinion,
story as Keith Lee's manager.
yeah, like holy fuck, how did we get here? Like, is that almost a fucking rib? Like, what are we doing? Hey, go save Keith Lee. Pardon?
What?
You want to
Who?
cut your hair on the way out? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Yeah, man. I think I want to see Adam Cole versus one of the pillars. I want to see Adam Cole versus, MJF. I want to see, and I know we can't go there right away, but I get it before people jump on me. But I want to see Adam Cole going up against relevant right now, young, like Adam Cole, Ricky Starks.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
Why is I agree with you, but why is everyone on the Outcast with their hair up like they're fucking the Wicked Witch of the West here? They're like an extra in the movie Oz here. If
There you
you're
go.
out of the woods, you're out. But we do have Britt Baker and
Britt
Jamie Hayter.
Breaker.
Yeah, Britt Baker, distant cousin of Braun Breaker. But we've got her versus Jamie Hayter, cup of haters. And Tony Storm and Ruby, Destination Unknown, so ho ho, who I didn't know was cosplaying as Shotzi Blackheart tonight.
There, Sammy might mistake Jungle Boy for his girl. I hope not. I hope not. It's gonna be a horrible kiss.
All right.
I think Double or Nothing is the WrestleMania of AEW. Okay. The fact that the fans don't really know is an interesting one.
I definitely don't think it's going to be Double or Nothing. I think they're setting it up for it to be their Wembley's going to be their whole show up because that's what the show is about.
I don't know. For some reason, I always thought All Out was like their crown jewel. I don't know why I always thought that
was until they decided they're going to have a show that seats 90,000 people. But so as we go into picture in picture for All Access, aka Who Gives a Flying, but we've got the heels, the Outcasts, very much playing up to. I guess we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania tonight.
Yeah, so
the whole front row's terrible towels.
They found a way to get heat on Outcast, and that's book them in Pittsburgh against Britt.
But even remember, then, it's still a bit Boo Earns to me.
I don't know. Again, I will say the crowd is up for this, so I'll give them that. Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, and Ruby Soho are all extremely talented ladies. There is no reason they can't have a banger match. And I don't know, we're harping on the Outcast thing and kind of how this story's played out from day one. And I mean, Jamie Hayter's kind of taking the back seat in a lot of what's happened. So, yeah, I think they could at least give us a good match, and the crowd's into it because of Britt. So that's a bonus.
It's what happened with the vast majority of everything when it comes to the AEW women's division of could have been really good and then gets like bumped at, I don't want to say it's a glass ceiling, but like just gets bumped down somehow. Of Hayter and Britt was the few that you were waiting to see. And then we just, no thanks. And so it knocked down Hayter a bit. And thus Britt's been knocked down a bit, I feel, in the consequence of that. Soho was great coming out of that, and she was just a jobber to the stars for the longest time. And Saraya and Tony Storm, I think they just realized nobody's super cheering for you, so we'll make you heels, but now we'll stick you with like the shittiest gimmick possible.
Right. Isn't the poker chip one? Yeah. So it's either all in or Double or Nothing. Or all out, or I don't fucking know. It's all out.
Quake at the lake.
Quake at the lake. We don't need another WrestleMania type event. I got that one. TK should make a fatal 4-way elimination 35-minute match. Why 35 minutes?
What type of stipulation are you added onto that? If like it needs to be 33 and a half minutes and
33
you
and a
can
third
only
minutes.
jump on one leg for the first 3 minutes and then you have to do handstand fighting for 5
Right.
minutes. Like what the fuck?
I'm curious. I mean, it doesn't look like we're going to get a fatal four-way unless there's a series of events that circle us back. I actually think it's better that it's not a fatal four-way.
I like it because to me it still shows and acknowledges that there are the quote unquote four pillars, but it gets two of them that don't need to be involved right now in the world title picture
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah, wait your time. Wait your turn. You got time.
Yeah.
See where you're at. And Sarai just kneeing the shit out of Hater.
Darby's the hot. You mean Tony Storm? But
Saraya. What?
she's not in the match.
Saraya was on the apron cheating.
Okay,
She's a
well, I'm
heel.
ahead of you then.
Well, no, that happened 3 minutes ago. You're processing.
I've got Britt coming in with a house of fire right now.
There you go. Meaning which pay-per-view starts the new season of AEW? Like, has there this is the funniest topic. Has to be a point where a big blow off match, but they're all kind of this. That's what I mean. Like, they're all kind of. I think it's all out though. I agree.
Yes, but how, to that point, has there been anything that's really seemed like a quote unquote like season end, season start moment for AEW?
No,
it's all just been running.
Yeah, for sure. I got Jamie and Britt for the win. Yeah, DMT.
Yeah, we haven't even given predictions. None of that.
I'm gonna take the heels.
You're taking the outsiders, the outcast.
Feels like a Tony move.
D Generation WO.
She's a star. Britt Baker's a star, and I feel like she's been a little underutilized since she lost the belt. But
yeah, if she was in WWE, she'd be fucking right up there with
she just gets it.
Stone of 4/4.
Oh, Storm Zero. No. Chaos. Third wheeling again. Always gonna have a cup of haters.
Cup of haters. What are we gonna hit? Cup of haters. If you don't got haters in your life, it means you ain't doing shit.
I'll be back. Okay, we'll wait.
do. Oh, back elbow from Ruby onto Britt.
Wow, a decent match. I like it.
Huh?
I like parts of this match. I'm enjoying it.
You went from already. I literally just had to say huh, and you went from I like this match to I like parts of this match. Well, so let's get down to the bottom truth here.
It's not a bad match. Some of the matches have been,
and it doesn't make it a good match. Just being not bad.
Why they didn't just move on Page and MJF is beyond me. Page versus MJF and Moxley versus Danielson should have been their top two feuds post-Revolution. I don't know because I don't love Page, and I think MJF would kick this like verbally destroy Page. Like Page would be like shooting like he did on Punk.
Oh, way to very much in tight see that Tony Storm kicked the steps and very clearly missed Hater with that. But sure, you can have that. That even won't matter.
Right, it's all in the camera work.
Yeah, where's Kevin Dunn? Where's Bucktooth Beaver? But yeah, no, MJF and Hangman Page and Danielson versus Moxley, like both of those. I'm just, how do we get there? No, why?
I would have been okay with Danielson Moxley.
How do we get there?
Well, because when he comes back, instead of going like all in, he decides to go against them, right? Like when he returned and he came running out and then he just joined in on the gangbang. That's where he could have went the other way. Oh, we get a Panama Sunrise. I only call it because it was Britt.
Right. Stomp from Britt for a 2 count on a Ruby. And now we're going to get. She's going to lock it in. Lockjaw and Ruby instantly taps out. Dead center of the ring.
All right. So there's your. Okay. Okay, so we don't need to see Riot Squad 2.0 anymore. Good.
But we will. But we will.
Take a hike.
Well, they can't even be Riot Squad because Ruby was at least the quote unquote leader of that.
Right? Oh yeah, she's not. So now it'd be the Soho
They're the
Squad.
submission sorority, the one that WWE never wanted to use.
Right? Big win for Britt Baker again. Remember, again, your world champion's involved and she's not involved.
Yeah, not involved in the finish in any way, shape, or form.
Where is she?
Not at all. And I like that Ruby's out there still selling the finish, like stammering, like, "Oh my god, the nervous system got shut down."
Okay, so the feud's dead.
It was been dead.
What happened to Hayter? Did she legit get hurt? Because they had her walk all the way up the side of the ramp before.
I have no idea. I'm sure we'll get that after the fact, but we've got Wardlow out here looking like the biggest of leprechauns here. Looks like he's just borrowing gear from Finley. But and Arn Glock Anderson's out now.
Arn Anderson's back?
Yeah.
What is this going to be?
I don't mind, and I don't hate the idea of
Arn
and
coaching Wardlow
paired together. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Bring back the Waffle House menu. Let's go.
The Glock. You know what I do when somebody disrespects me? I take a forklift and I pull it out and I put it aside their car. I really hope those.
I kind of like this.
But I still, though, also part of me does hope that, especially if they're doing the whole hard times, baby, with Cody Rhodes, that at some point Arn shows up with Cody in WWE. Right? Oh, carry on my wayward son.
Knowing TK, Arn Anderson turns and joins QTV.
Bro, don't you put that evil on me.
No, I like that idea, and I love this entrance. I know I bag on the Elite quite a bit. This is one of the best entrances in all of wrestling. And the song is spot on. For two dudes that are always trying to match songs to moments, this was a good one.
Yeah, but still for the same thing of, you would figure they'd take the voice of the song of Don't You Cry No More when you've got somebody like Phil Brooks that wants to come back and work with you and draw a lot of money.
Man, this shit is crazy. Like, literally, Dax announces he's putting the fucking the
podcast why that on happened. The burner. Before everyone was complaining in the locker room about it.
Right. So when are we gonna get the BTE? When's that gonna go on a pause or hiatus? Like, I know it did for a bit, but it's back, right? I think it's back.
I don't watch attention to that. That's not worth my goddamn time.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's been a weird fucking time. And actually, fucking listening to Dax, I was actually touched by the guy about a lot of what he talked about. But man, like, and he said it, like, Dave Meltzer is just talking out of his ass. He's taking one side of the story, not even talking to the other side. And running, and he's like a jaded girlfriend. Like, it is fucking embarrassing.
But this is what I go back to of WCW.
Get rid of the guy. Don't tell him a fucking thing.
I'm not even saying with him. If you got guys in creative control, like Kenny's, I guess, supposedly, allegedly, reportedly, Victor, what up? Willing to work more with like Phil and all of that. Meanwhile, the Bucks are just, nope, we're not having it because then they can't go over. Then their star doesn't shine quite as bright. They have to take second fiddle instead of first fiddle.
I got to listen to Kenny here for a second, though, Nick.
You're good.
I'm just curious, like, if there's
I feel like that's the first time you've ever said that.
Right? Now, are they baby faces or heels? I'm confused.
They're talking about taking a screwdriver and plunge it into John Moxley's face. So
I like this side of Kenny, though. It's serious.
Yeah, Kenny is fucking good. Like I've said for the longest time, He surrounds himself though with a bunch of people. This is Tupac and the fucking Outlaws. If they everybody thinks their shit's gonna get the fuck over, and guess what? It ain't.
That's the fucking best comparable I've heard in a while.
Right. This is what you got. Little C's and fucking. This is Biggie and the Junior Mafia.
Right.
Still, Danielson versus.
Is this not ironic though?
Fantastic match though. Because wasn't it the last time that they had a match that came to a draw?
Is this not ironic though? They come to the ring and he says, "We really want to squash this beef." Like I find it's a little bit playful. I don't hate it.
Oh, it's a little tongue in cheek, 100%. Amateurs. Yes.
I feel like they gave Daniel Bryan the CM Punk gimmick.
Yeah, because
we don't need Punk. We got Bryan.
They won't do it with Phil.
Right? Oh, they get jumped. It was a setup. Oh, shit. Springboard Buck.
Right, but so why is the Ring of Honor champion involved in a prominent AEW storyline, like a main event AEW storyline that's going to end up in probably like Anarchy and Arena and everything like that?
In interest of enjoying the show,
Northern Light suplex, and then he's going to roll over right back into a Northern Light suplex again.
There we go. Okay.
Chair shot.
Amateurs. I love it.
Right.
Oh, Matt Jackson threw it. Why would you do it? Okay, he did 2. Okay, I'll let it have it.
Right.
It's a weird move to do during a brawl. Okay, Kenny with the worst chair shot I've ever seen.
Well, a lot of these are very much of like the work spots, the work shots. This is hockey fighting though. Like,
lay him in. Give him a poke in the belly. He'll live. Don't hit his rib cage.
No, because you can't do that with Moxley. Otherwise, he'll start bleeding.
Fuck. Bleeding from his belly button.
Right.
Kenny throwing punches at least. Okay, the belly punch is not. Okay, Jersey's him. There we go. I love it.
Claudio's just got Nick Jackson and just got a fucking powerbomb.
Oh, they're going after the bad arm. It's a bicep, not a tricep.
You can tell Kenny's Canadian because he keeps fucking fighting like he's in a goddamn hockey fight out here. Just literally, all right, let me just start throwing kind of the forearmy elbow shots here.
It throws people off when a hockey guy just grabs them by the neck. Like you expect to square up, and the guy just grabs you by the jersey. Here we go.
Right.
Oh shit. Moxley loses his jersey. Speaking of jerseys,
has Danielson though not become the leader?
Where's the
refs?
BCC? Where's Tony? Is somebody going to stop this?
Security? Anything?
Throws the T-shirt on him and starts stomping his face.
Well, you got Don Callis out here.
You know what, Brian giving me Jax Teller vibes. I'm liking it.
Explain.
Just
I don't know. That's why I asked you to explain.
I just throwing it out there.
Okay.
It's the black jacket, clearly.
Fair enough, but
Don Callis got a chair.
Dumps it and then runs away.
Well, that was stupid.
I smell. Is that you, Ja?
Just leave that part out. You don't need that part. You know what I mean?
Leave that out. That's the overarching theme for AW. Just leave that part out. You don't need that part.
Say less.
Right. Oh, we're gonna get the screwdriver. When did this become like? What the fuck?
No, I can't click on that. That's accusations. But Nick is going to agree with that 100%.
I have no idea what was said. So fair enough. But Tanahashi's getting the hired gun, the hired goon from not Tanahashi's, Takeshita.
Yeah, I was like Tanahashi.
Takeshita.
He's like, I don't want to help you, but this Yuta guy's asking me to fight.
When did like the screwdriver in the face become like we're gonna brain you type shit?
Yeah, I don't get that. But dude, I'm overwhelmed by the pop for Takashka. I think I actually said that pretty close to right.
Close, but Takeshita.
It's the accent.
Right.
V trigger.
Emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Okay. So the newest member of the Elite. Oh, Callis rolls in now. Why is Callis in now?
Yeah, so yeah, because he's a chicken.
I'm so confused by this.
Yeah, but so is Takeshita All Elite.
Okay, so now he's thrilled. Okay, so okay.
Right, but no, so this is
Look, okay.
I worry about the young boy, the young man, because I feel like he's getting roped in with Hogan and Nash of AEW. And they took their Goldberg and now just, oh, you're going to be the same faction with us.
Okay. By the way, just in the process of this BCC situation, we've literally transitioned the Young Bucks into baby faces because usually they're acting like smarmy heels. And well, we've seen what the Blackpool Combat Club has been trying to do for the last few weeks. So insane, Nick. So much going on. That was a long segment. You throwing in some security just for them to like push them out of the way would have gone a long way for me, or like, you know, ring the bell, cause some type of angst in the arena other than just like, this is awesome, which it was. I enjoyed the whole thing. And I guess, yeah, I think that's what Don Callis is doing here, is he brings in Takeshita so they don't friend up with Paige.
But so I get then we've got the multi-layered storyline and everything, but it's layers, baby. It's got layers. But it's all just, I think the overarching thing that everybody can't get out of their minds is the fact that CM Punk, it's very clearly out there. He wants to come back. He wants to be involved, this, that, and the third. And we're going to do everything that's very close to that, but not that.
Right,
just because it's you.
So I got like a screensaver up that says AEW Dynamite and lasers, but you can hear the arena mic even though they're on commercial.
Okay, well, I have a meditation commercial, so that's why I was like, why are you pausing right now?
It was just so funny. But yeah, folks, we are on a commercial break. I will remind you, if you're just tuning in, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ. We're creeping towards the first hour mark. Crazy segment, long segment, good segment. They're really building this up. I had fun with that. Small details where you didn't need that. I see where the Don Callis thing went, but just have Don Callis come out with Takeshita. Don't have the second spin of it.
Don't have the first part when you're going to have the second part. That's really what it is.
Yeah, no, it went a little bit long, right? But overall, it was fun. It was a lot of twists and turns. And it was good. I enjoyed it. But folks, make sure you like, subscribe, join the channel, be a part of the show, have a little bit of fun with it. And just quickly, what do you guys think of AEW doing a roster split in the Elite on Saturdays? If that is why, which I have no sources that confirm that is why, but if that was the plan, I find it disappointing.
Dave Meltzer will confirm it at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it will be all Punk's fault. Punk will refuse to work on Saturdays or whatever it is. So he will always spin it that way. And again, at this point, guys, go to our Twitter. Go find our Twitter. We put up a couple videos of us literally following through on, cancel Uncle Dave. Put it out. Fuck it. Go find it. Retweet it. Make it a thing. Let's make it trend. Cancel Uncle Dave. Sick of it. As an AEW fan, I would be disappointed just because you want all the best talent to come together, work together, find a way to work together. And if you split the roster, you water down the product, or don't give us the payoff matches, you're hurting the company. I want to see the company do great.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh, Wardlow.
Yeah.
Woo.
I was going to say, I think you're taking your pause.
I am. I'm going to take a...
Right. Yes, folks, 100%. As I've got Wardlow coming up right now. So, of course, this man takes a pause for the cause when we're getting the battle of the big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause. But yeah, we've got Arn Anderson out here accompanying Wardlow to the ring. So I almost feel like I kind of want to take Wardlow for this match. Of he's now, I guess, aligning himself with Arn. You know, Hobbs is stuck with a shitty QTV gimmick attached to him. I almost want to take Wardlow and we just, we start anew here. I think also, well, I think there's a little bit of the Pittsburgh tie-in here, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Avengers, what up? Avengers, assemble. And you should assemble and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit that like button, all of that. Be a friend, tell a friend. But does Wardlow win this match and win the title? I guess I'll take that as my prediction. Even though, to me, Hobbs should be one of their top guys going forward. Double A makes me think Wardlow for the win. Feel bad for Hobbs. See, again, what I was saying there of Hobbs is great with the entrance, the music, everything. This guy should be one of their top prospects that they've built up. And instead, he's been constantly meandered with being Ricky Starks' buddy, being, the heavy for Team Taz. Now he's the only actual credible wrestler out of QTV and all of that. Like, I like the sign, I think it was either last week or the week before, of stop trying to make QT a thing. That's the thing, is if this was just these two going at it, this 100% should be a pay-per-view match more than anything. But we're getting a battle of the big beefy boys slapping me. Pause. So we've got Wardlow versus Hobbs for the TNT Championship. If you haven't done so already, let me know who you're taking for this. I'm taking Wardlow. I think KJ obviously as well. Avengers, I appreciate it. So tell now everybody that you know about us and everything. Just barely over here. Big things popping, little things popping up. Some season never sleeps. What? Yeah, I don't want to see it jump back to Wardlow because of obviously the whole thing with him and Hobbs and how we just had it, and Hobbs finally halfway starting to get a push, and he's paired up with QTV, etc. But the pairing of Double A, the this, that, and the third of QTV, to me, 100% feels like it should be Wardlow picking up the win. But big belly-to-belly slams right there from Hobbs. Victor, Avengers Assemble, thanks for the description. Absolutely, 100%. We thank everybody that's whether you've been here for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, etc. We're nothing but a channel for fans, by fans. Literally, just we're in a positive community when it comes to talking about wrestling. We agree to disagree at times. Agree to disagree, but my opinion when I see Wardlow and how he is booked, well, speaking of agree to disagree, but how he is booked, he has the Bray Wyatt creative. Don't you think they don't know what to do with him? I wouldn't go that far with it, as we've got both men fighting outside, and do we 1, 2, 3, 4? The refs just tell him to take it back in the ring, but we're not getting any counting. As Wardlow looks like he was about to get dumped over the ring apron as we're heading through the crowd and back through. Bray Wyatt's creative was much different than anybody that you can compare to. With Wardlow, as we're in our now picture-in-picture, with Wardlow, to me, it was wrong place, wrong time a bit of like when he was there and he was on top of the cage. And I know KJ loved this spot. He's up there on top of the cage and he's holding the championship and he's screaming and yelling. It was a great moment and a great feel. And they proceeded to nothing but go down from that. That's the thing. It's not exactly fully they don't know what to do with him. It's they're scared to progress him further, I feel. So halfway to 6-1, half dozen of the other. Wardlow lost, fair enough. Is that chick supposed to make Hobbs look good or QT? Neither an option. I think neither is the option. Haven't seen the House of Black in a few weeks. Are there no trios for them? No, they are. Well, yes and no. There's not a ton of trios outside of the Elite and the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. But it was just Buddy Matthews that was taking on Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic Championship, I believe, last week. So they're still there. It's just literally, it's much like a lot of the issue that people have with the Bucks, and proof positive there with a bit of that they went to the trios division because they didn't want to deal with FTR, and there's not that many trios, so they could stay top dogs while, you know, other teams like the Acclaimed and FTR and etc. could really make that division versus the Bucks, who like to say they made that division. Excuse me, pardon me. AW clearly doesn't know how to book their big men. True say. Well, I feel like they also only have about 2 or 3 on the roster, so that might be part of why they're not able to book them. Top 3 memorable matches of 2023 this far. Ooh, that's a really good fucking question. Does Roman and Cody count? Because I feel like that might be a bit more memorable because of the backlash and everything after that. I'd have to, when you watch this much wrestling, and especially if you got the vitamins and everything, I'd have to go back through and, I guess, clarify as to what's been 2023 and what hasn't. But that's a really good question. We might have to make that a video or a statement here. If, you know, KJ can look that up when he's on his pause and come back with an answer, and I'll go on a pause and come back with my answer. But yeah, that's a good show. Hobbs for the W. Jack, I agree. Picture in pictures on, absolutely. And we're just coming back from picture in picture, as I've got Hobbs willing away at Wardlow in the top corner. Yeah, Larry. Kayla, what up? What's your top 3 most memorable matches of 2023 this far? Small Mark, like I said, I just answered that, I feel. So come back to me. I feel like once I take a pause, I feel like I'll come back to you with that. Where's Hobbs' book? What? Yeah, I get it.
I got a couple.
Okay. You want to fix the thing, or do you want me to fix the thing?
I'm trying to find the thing. That's my technical difficulty right now. Thank you. No, memorable matches from 2023. Osprey, Kenny.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. That's the thing. That happened in 2023.
I think so. Early. Yeah.
Yeah, early. Well, that's the thing. We're still early. We're teetering on the way of halfway through. So,
Charlotte Rhea.
Yep.
Usos and Sammy KO. I loved.
Shit. Now I got to come up with a better or different 3 than that. Damn.
Yeah, I think I'm missing. Like, I know there's a couple other matches really kind of enjoyed, but
Kenny versus Vikingo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But the 2 big men throwing heat.
Big beefy boy slapping meat. Pause. We had both of them just going at it. Oh, follow a belly to back suplex from Wardlow, and again, German suplex. Does not get the height nor the distance as Brock, but
you know what I'm noticing? The crowd's pretty into this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they muddled up what could be a really good rivalry with all the extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
Big German.
And no, Gunther's not there.
Gunther, Sheamus, Clash of the Castles on that list. I like it.
Absolutely.
Listen, we're almost time, guys. June is not that far away. We're several weeks away from the half year for Lifeys. The Golden Cages. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be fun. It's always fun.
Absolutely. Now, Christ, like I said, I'm going to have to go through and
the Mountain Dew match, number 1 match of 2023.
Right. Big ass spine buster.
I feel like
two count.
Discount Stacy Keibler. No one's really told us who she is. Like, unless I've missed it. Fact checkers. Nick, have I missed who this lady really is?
You're here more Wednesdays than I am.
Right?
You help me to help you. Help me to help you. But we're getting QTV. Oh, we're gonna get Arn Anderson versus QT Marshall.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, and he reaches like he's pulling a Glock.
Right? Get out of here. See, they're muddling up. The crowd was very much into
Penta. This is a burial and a half of QT. Anderson fakes that he's going for the Glock, scares off.
Maybe Tony
QT, who runs off, eats a super kick from Penta, rolls back into the ring, eats a
what a pop. I love it. I love it. But yes, it's all about QT. It's a pop.
What there got Hobbs over?
Huge pop for Penta though. And DDT, I love it.
Power.
QT.
I was gonna say, so far we've had 2 power bombs. Let's see if we get the full symphony here. Seth Rollins versus Cody. No, that was 2022.
Boom. I feel like there's an NXT match in there that had us popping.
I don't doubt it. 2 count. Oh, and your new TNT champion,
right?
Wardlow.
Guys, I said it. The adding Arn Anderson changes the game, and it's a good move. Like, I give Tony credit. It's a bit of funny, clunky booking, but we got there.
Oh.
Now,
this is interesting because we're not going to go after Jungle Boy with this now because I've got you'll see. I don't want to spoil it. Let me know when you get there because we've got somebody coming out here. You there?
Apparently not. Got company.
Christian Cage and Kanosaurus. He's out here and he's got the red dinosaur mask and everything. They're bringing it into the fucking Kanosaurus and the Lucha Kane.
Okay. Yeah.
Kanosaurus versus Wardlow. And that's going to be the TNT division. Is just the big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause.
Does it feel like we never really got a conclusion? Yeah, that's Lucha Kane, a Hundo P.
Yeah, but no, what we did with the final burial to where, they hit the Tower of Doom there, and just that casket fucking dropped like it was a ride at Disneyland.
Yeah. Nobody wants to explain how Christian came back from the dead. He's not going to even give us an Undertaker thing, like nothing.
Well, then you got to explain AJ Styles.
How did you get that? How did you get that casket out of the floor? It took off.
Right. But MJF winning the championship 2023, is it in one of the biggest moments, biggest matches?
I feel like MJF won the title late 2022.
Fair enough. That's the thing. That's why I got to go back through, but I'll quit bringing that up. But we've got MJF backstage right now with Renee Moxley Good.
I like that one, Mark.
What? TNT title needs to stop being thrown around. Well, where was it going with QTV Hobbs? That it's they've killed Hobbs at this point. I feel
I don't mind a mid-card title moving around more than a main title.
But what do you do with Hobbs now? If he's gone down and down and down, and then the moment he wins a championship, he's gone down even more. And now, quickly after winning it, he loses it.
Yeah, like all I think we're gonna get here, Nick, is QT versus Wardlow on Rampage. I feel bad for Wardlow.
Is the TNT championship cursed?
What's that?
I was going to say, is the TNT championship cursed? And so Sammy or MJF offered Sammy a bunch of money. He literally handed this man a blank check.
Man, I just, yeah, I don't hate the title moving, but yeah, it's kind of getting, 24/7 vibes because there's nothing of value, right? Like if it was just Wardlow, just Hobbs, and it was a bit of a series of matches where they kind of won it off each other, fine. But it's all the other shit that's going into it.
I'm sorry, I agree with you, but that was actually halfway decent. I feel of you had MJF offer
Offered him
Sammy a
money.
blank check to take Jungle Boy out and all of that. And so Sammy sits there and fills it out on the back of MJF. And then MJF quickly turns around, which clearly he probably just wrote like "Q" on it or something.
Which he should have, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, that's your price? Yeah, that's my price."
Oh, they're hugging.
Fine, you have a deal. And then they shake, and then MJF offers him a handshake, and Sammy comes back with, "Friends don't shake, friends got a hug." And he goes and they hug.
Oh,
and
shit.
Friends. It's just so awkward.
Up next, we get Commander and Jay White.
Yes, I've got Jay White coming out right now.
Interesting booking.
Well, we've seen Commander anywhere and everywhere, I feel, versus Vikingo. And now he's out here with Jay White, the leader of the Bullet Club Black and Gold, instead of the black and white or the black and silver or the red and black or the pink and black, and
right,
etc.
Yeah, but I mean, we're excited about Jay White. I would say that, they didn't really do a ton to build their own excitement other than we know who he is. We're pretty jazzed about it, but that was kind of it. Like, here he is.
Can I just say this? I feel if Jay White would have gone to WWE, he would have been very much at least in the main event scene, if not world title picture. Like we were talking, Jay White comes in and you get Cody versus Jay White going for the world title out of the gate. Jay White's here in a top of the hour match against Commander in a not heavily advertised match. Of he shows up on the Dynamite and we don't mention anything after it.
It's just kind of
like Jay White's just he's here. He's been added to the collection, but we're not gonna give a rat's ass beyond that.
Right now, folks, we will take your prediction on this match. Who you got? Who you taking? Commander, Jay White. Jay White's big in-ring return to AEW as a member of Bullet Club Gold. We will see what this means. Big Nick taking a break. You're riding with me for a little while here, and we'll see what this match brings, folks. We have seen a lot of Commander lately on multiple shows. Just watched him on Sunday in Triple Mania. Is Ricky feuding with Jay White or just Juice? No, Ricky is feuding with Chris Jericho, the new leader of Bullet Club Gold. Watch. Ricky is feuding. No, it's just Juice. Sorry, my bad. I completely got my superstars mixed up. I called them superstars, but I guess it would be both. They both beat him up. He's going to need a friend. Maybe Hobbs joins Ricky now, runs away from QTV. Juice I like Juice. Hey, Sean Spears, who reemerged as Excalibur explained, just on a random Rampage match, which he lost, but definitely being a babyface now. Yeah, random. So what are we going to get? Jay White, Sean Spears help Ricky? Ricky and Spears, eh? I'm interested. I'm curious. So WWE missed out on both of the two hottest free agents. Switchblade signed with AEW and Nick Aldis signed out with Impact. I agree with that to an extent, Victor. We talked a lot about it. We thought maybe they'd be involved in the Rumble. They're both huge assets, huge signing. Missed out opposed to just chose not to at this time. I think for multiple reasons, right? We talk about, obviously, the purchase. What Commander just doing a dance revolution on the ropes. and then it looked like a leg lariat. It was supposed to be a Hurricane Rana. The crowd is on their feet, though. But yeah, he just did some Dance Revolution. Of course. Glitch. Dun, dun, dun. If Jay White went to WWE, he could have been in several high-profile feuds. Cody, AJ, Roman, Gunther, Seth. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's all about how you feel, right? Are you worried that you're going to get lost in the shuffle? Are people worried that Vince is going to meddle? Yeah, it has to be a factor. So to say it's not at all would be, even with FTR, oh shit, if Vince going to, not be in the weeds, what does that mean for us? He doesn't like us. But yes, I think there was a lot of potential for Jay White. And again, I don't know the terms or conditions of the contract. Jay White could be available in a couple years and could have established more of a name, be worth more. It all depends on how Tony treats it, but Jay White's got a bright future either way, guys. Not a fan of Juice. All right, we're not digging the Juice. Remember, Juice retired. And truthfully, the best thing about Juice is Tony. House of Pain Hobbs. Maybe. El Hijo del Vikingo, I think that was where that was going versus Commander again this Friday on GCW. See, we're getting a lot of Commander. We're getting a lot of Vikingo too. Sean Spears chatting it up with Jay White. That was so dumb to watch. You have to be more specific. What a clap on Commander's chest as he continues. Sean gives him a 4. I like it. All right, I can get behind this. A luchador called Commander. I don't like it. Fair enough. Oh! I am digging the chops, though. Oh, he bumped him to a 6. I don't mind this little shtick right now. I can't believe Hobbs will get another push. He deserves one, but what do you do with him right now? Like, I feel bad for Hobbs because he was mishandled here. And, I gave him 9 for a body slam. Oh, no, changed his mind. 6. It was only 6. Seems to me men in AEW don't like losing to smaller men. I don't know how factual that is, Larry. Maybe. That's an interesting theory. I would argue maybe there's exceptions to that. Like Sammy Guevara loves going over everybody. Daniel Garcia. He beat a smaller guy a couple times. You might be right. Hobbs winning the title had potential. It did. Until you fucked it up with QT Marshall. Even if you guys, they have all that window. If you go back, right? You get Hobbs, Wardlow. You can have a series of matches that leads to Double or Nothing, where you can kind of get the nail in the coffin. Maybe they do it in a steel cage, Hobbs versus Wardlow, one final time for the belt. Why not? Why not? Like, it could have went somewhere. The minute you introduced QT Marshall and made every segment about QT Marshall, I just think it's inexperienced booking. It's not knowing any better. Somebody in the building should know better, but you put no shine. It's the same thing that's happening with Britt and Hayter, except Britt's got talent, so she's really got the spotlight. QT, nobody wants him in that spotlight. So what are you going to do with Hobbs now? Does he come back? Is he just going to hang around with QT Marshall? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Crowd pretty quiet and Jay egging them on, but we're doing a whole lot of slapping. Now we got some kicks. As long as Vince is there, people don't want to go there. I don't say that's an absolute, but it's definitely a factor. It's got to be. But also, if you're somebody that has whoa. Wow, deep two. There's yes and no, because you can argue, well, if I'm a guy like Hobbs and I'm on the come up, is Tony going to fuck up my booking? If are they going to book me like they booked Wardlow? So there's factors, and not all the shit that Tony does is bad. Can't be. We're watching the show, but that's where you gotta. It's not black and white. There's a lot of variables. Why would Jay White go to WWE when all his buddies are AEW? Check. That's a variable. Wrestlers are like high school kids. They want to be around their buddies, 100%. And if you can go hang out with your buddies and be a pretty big fish in a smaller pond, great. Same thing I said about our good old friend Sasha Banks, Monet. She is better off going to a small pond and being a big fish than being a small fish in a big pond. And I don't give a shit who says she's the best female wrestler in the world. You're wrong. She's not. She's great. She's not the best in the world. There's several wrestlers in the women's division that will out wrestle her, will out talk her on the mic. And I think she's overrated realistically, but you get to be a big fish in a small pond, you're a superstar. Commander giving us our weekly run of the ropes. Oh, cut short. I realize I'm a little behind, probably. Dad! All right. What's up, Nightmare? That would be a nightmare. Didn't I say Jay White's first match should be a squash? This match just makes him look like another mid guy. Survey says, ding. That is beautiful, Excalibur. Welcome back. Man, it's good to see you, but you're 100% right. Accurate, and that's the problem. You're right. Jay should have came out tonight and smashed somebody. And have everyone go, oh, shit, the whole crowd are on their feet right now for Commander on Jay White's debut. Right? As an AEW fan, Commander with the running rope, shooting star press. So again, the most impressive guy in this match is the luchador. Would you not argue? Crowd response, overall performance. Jay White's getting outshadowed. He just got hit a 450. Jay White, as a heel, is doing great working from under. Right? The babyface in complete control. Finn, AJ Gallows, and Anderson are in WWE. Yes, true story. True story as a counter argument. See, I said there's a lot of variables to consider, Keyshawn. And you're right. Just who does he like more? And who was willing to pay him more? Right, keep in mind, the WWE stopped communication in January. If they really wanted him, they probably would have called him. Now, they knew he was going to go somewhere. And maybe it is a hiring freeze. Or maybe it's just like, listen, you just brought back X amount of people. Oh, Jay White hits a move. Hits the Blade Runner, a.k.a. Sister Abigail. And that's it. So Jay White took an absolute beating. Commander was the star of the match. But Jay hits two moves and got a win. So we never really got to see Jay shine a lot. The best part was when he was going back and forth with Spears. This, where people say, oh, yeah, people don't want to be around the creative at WWE. Now Juice is beating up Spears. So another match was spillover. All right. So you know where this is heading, if it hasn't happened yet. What a maneuver! Oh, my God! 5 by Spears. Ricky! Another guy that could use some gold around his waist. What a spear. Usually it's a big, bulky guy that delivers that fucking mean spear. You think of guys like Roman. I mean, Edge is kind of lanky. Because I was going to say, Ricky Starks might have the best smaller guy spear in the business. Chew's giving us the Ricky. So then, after Commander outshining Jay White in his debut, it ends with Sean Spears and Ricky Starks beating up Jay White and Juice, and they end up ending his debut segment with him sitting on the ramp looking like a bitch. AEW fans, if I'm wrong, talk to me. But that match was cool, but you didn't do anything good for Jay White. Now we got an ROH segment. Mark Briscoe, reach for the sky. Beautiful spear, beautiful spear. It was a thing of beauty. Although it's not in AEW's nature, this should have been, yeah, Richard, you're on the same page as, I know Excalibur said that. I agree. He should have had a match against fucking Sanjay Dutt and beat him in 4 minutes and showed off his move set, showed everybody what he can do, show everybody how dominant he is. Pick a babyface. Darius Martin is not really doing much lately, other than popping into Ring of Honor. Give him a match. Let Jay White destroy him. Even if it leads to the Ricky Stark angle. Make Jay look like a fucking badass. Tonight, you look like a bitch. He's just another guy. He's not special. So people I know are quick to say WWE creative is a concern. But maybe both companies give you some concerns. Oh my God, I see FTR versus Double J and Jay Lethal for the tag belts. Oh, good. Here comes the Ocho. One of the best entrances in the business. I'll say that. Jericho confronts Adam Cole next. Yes, he does, Victor. We are back on a commercial break. My buddy Big Nick is on a pause for the cause. I am KJ White. We're about an hour and 16 minutes into our beautiful stream tonight. If you're here for the first time, make sure you like, subscribe, share, folks. We appreciate anybody that tells other people what we're doing here, but we are one of the fastest growing wrestling channels on YouTube. We are the alternative commentary to all your wrestling, and we bring you live updates, live breaking news. We have interviews with wrestlers down in the archive. Go check it out. Be a part of the family. Thank you for joining us. For all the regulars, good to see you. For the new folks, don't be shy. It's a channel for fans, by fans. We are definitely the wrestling fans you cannot get in your real life. So we are over halfway through Dynamite. I'm enjoying the show. I really am. I know we're critical. What? Why? Because this is the place to be, Larry. That's why. What would Dale say? You might be right about the oh, there you go. VHS has spoken. Let me go back up there. Here's my intro. I like it. So yeah, I am on a commercial break. I can hear the crowd cheering, which is trippy. But the Ocho made me mad because it's we all know why the Ocho is a good name, but it just bothered me that it was him. Jericho confronts Cole, so let's talk about that. I argued that Adam Cole deserves better. You got guys like Ricky. Why not Adam Cole, Jay White? And I know everyone's gonna go, but they're friends. Well, you're building Adam Cole up as a pure baby face, and you want him to be loved and liked. Jay White slide in and take that shine off him, and they have it out. And then you let everybody know how good Jay White and remind everybody how good Adam Cole is. Right? Even if I know people are iffy on Juice, but he can go in the ring. He can. He's a little slap happy for my liking. He's very buckish that way, where they're just fucking around all the time. But that's where I would have liked Jay White to come in and be with some serious competition. I wanted Adam Cole to come back and be with some serious competition. People are going to say Jericho's a legend. Jericho should be a gatekeeper. Jericho should be Dolph Ziggler. Instead, he's Hulk Hogan. And I would rather see Adam Page go up against someone better. And that's not a knock. I know people get mad and the tribalism makes people lash out. We talked earlier about FTR. And, Dax gives up his podcast literally because people believe he's gaslighting the Bucks, that, to go to the point of just slaying him, like trying to slay him, saying shit about his daughter, saying shit about him. It's crazy. We're supposed to just enjoy the wrestling, have a fun time, and be into it. Like everyone losing their mind about Cody still. Let it go. It happened. A lot of people think it was the right choice. Some people don't. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to disagree on some shit. And as wrestling fans, just remember, you're not entitled to anything. Nothing. They give you the entertainment. You got to choose if you like it or not. This entitlement of we should have got what we wanted. Nah, fuck you. What? Exactly. Facts. Goldberg had the best spear, so much power and quickness. Rhino's gore was a beast as well. Everybody else should have a spear, shouldn't have a spear finisher. Yeah, I think Rhino comes to mind real quick. Goldberg did legitimately jack guys with his spear. Can't deny it. He did have one of the most vicious spears ever. And if you guys go look up Dominic Mysterio taking a spear from Edge, that's Edge's, one of my favorite spears of recent memory. But Adam Cole's on the apron. Yeah, I just feel like I said, I just feel like we'll see. Jericho's got to put him over. Time for Jericho to suck Adam Cole's blood. That sounds worse than I think what you were going for. But yes, I know. We'll see. I want to see how the story goes. I'll give him a chance. Let's see if he truly puts Adam Cole over in a good way. Generally, the storylines are all about Jericho. And the only guy that he really put over, but hasn't gone anywhere yet, would be Ricky Starks. He did put Starks over. Andrade, he didn't. He let Andrade action jobber. He let him beat him. He didn't put him over because he set him on fire and kicked the shit out of him. Adam Cole, baby. One of the tracks that does pop up on my playlist. Edge has a great spear. True story. Pardon? Where? I actually hate Jericho. Went from one of my favorite wrestlers growing to most hated now because of the politicking. I think I'm in that category too, Justin. And I people at times online like really get defensive and like he's a legend and da 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 da. Listen, it's revisionist history at the end of the day. You can look backwards and change anything. There's no taking away what Jericho has done. Huge fan of Jericho. Outstanding career. Some of the best shit ever. The list was great. There's radio channels in Canada, my country, literally using like, you just made the list as a gimmick. But the last couple of years, the last year in particular, 2022, it was hard. It was hard to watch Jericho just, again, a pattern of just milking people. Oh, Adam Cole's hot? Sign me up. Right? Of course. Who's next to who's kind of throwing his name out there? Rumoredly. I can't prove it. And rumoredly is a word. I'm taking it. But you get Jericho literally in a position where he's like, I'll fight Punk. He's not dumb. It's not dumb. That's money. Just a name value, that's money.
What have I become?
Jericho goes, I think you're an arrogant son of a bitch. You're like, hey! Like,
what me kettle?
Jericho's shooting at my guy.
I didn't take it that way, but okay. What have I become? Judas in my mind. Yeah.
So I was just belly aching a little bit about.
No, I heard you a bit of Jericho's out here saying how Adam Cole, you're lucky to be here with me. Of like, bruh, I think it's the other way around. Like, you're lucky to be there with Adam Cole, baby. When did Jericho how much clothes cost with Hellraiser there? Jericho's a big fan of the spikes. He's a big fan of Legion of Doom, I guess.
Right? He's trying to get that Legion of Doom pop, bro. What a rush.
What a joke. I was thinking of something, but Pull licking on the PS5. What?
He called him a jagoff. I like it.
Fair enough. Thing is, Jericho never really changed. He's been a glory hound. He just always surrounded by way better talent in WWE to work off of from. That was a bit of the issue with WCW of, remember, granted, Bill was not in the right, getting the right information or whatever, but where he's like, oh, I'm going to build up to a story with Goldberg. And when that didn't come to fruition, like Goldberg or Jericho always just, how can I take the top thing and work my way into being involved here?
Right. Remember when Riddle did that to Brock Lesnar? How well did that go?
Go to Lesnar and Goldberg, actually.
Right, and Goldberg. Cole's digging in, and they're playing a little bit of the truth game, kind of touching on some of the common critiques of Jericho.
Right, but again, you said about with CM Punk, does this not feel like, so you're taking everything Punk could say and just taking it away from him before he can say it, before he's out there and he sits there and, you know, the thing about you, Chris, now granted, I'm sure Phil would sit there and cut a much better promo on everything, but
yeah.
You don't want to meet me. You don't want to know me. Yeah, Chris, we know.
First of all, I'm not a jagoff. Chris
going
for the pop. He got it, though.
With you, but yeah, we know.
He got it. He got that cheap pop. He knew he would.
Yeah, no one called you a jagoff. We called you a stooge. Oh, we got hands throwing. We're throwing hands. Well,
okay, I will say this is all right. I just feel like I said, I'd rather see Cole fighting Jay White or Starks or Juice or somebody of importance. I know people are going to say Chris Jericho is of importance, but he shouldn't be.
No, because we've got Daniel Garcia out here, and now we've got Britt coming out here to come to the defense.
Oh, okay.
So, point proven that Adam Cole has no friends backstage.
Mm-hmm.
That his significant other is the one that has to come out to save him. Well, again, they're probably in Pittsburgh, so we got to get the DMD pop.
Yeah, but I would take Britt over Garcia, so.
Well, that's not a hard show. Oh, as the Outcast show up behind, so are we going to get an alliance here? Hey, it's almost like what they're going to do. What happened on Raw?
Right, but you know what they're set? Are they going to set up like the first ever? Would it be the first ever women's war games, like with the women's blood and guts?
Women's blood and guts, yes. Women's war games, no.
No, I know the women's war games. I meant blood and guts.
Yeah, no. Well, now I've got Cole getting handcuffed. So as they're gonna beat up Britt in front of Cole, which stupid dumb shits, they didn't even handcuff him to actually anything. So Cole's literally having to hold onto the rope like he's handcuffed there because Daniel Garcia sat there and held the other end of the fucking handcuffs. So Cole's not handcuffed to anything outside of a pair of handcuffs.
This is the best. I will say this is the best shit the Outcasts have done since we've started, though.
Bro, this is not fucking good. I just pointed out how there's a giant fucking botch here. Like, this is not good and a half. Like, this is them seeing the Bloodline and the Judgment Day pairing up. For everybody that thinks WWE,
it kind of feels like
AEW, this is AEW seeing that pair up, and so we're gonna put the Jackass Appreciation Society that no one cares about with the Outcast that no one cares about. Stop this, Cole! You can stop this. You're not handcuffed to anything, you dumb motherfucker. You're literally not handcuffed to anything. You're handcuffed to a handcuff. Like you have a handcuff around one wrist, and you're having to sell it because these fucking idiots, this fucking job show, couldn't fucking actually handcuff you to an actual bottom rope, anything, to even Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia couldn't sit there and slap around his own wrist. Nothing.
Let her go. Again, did Wardlow take out all the security? Because this is the second big, long, extended brawl we had.
The bottom of the handcuff against nothing. There's
Dude,
no
just get her.
security,
Save
no
her.
ref,
Save
no
her.
nobody, no nothing, no fucking engines in the back. As a crowd chanting piece of shit. Yeah, that's what this segment was. A piece of shit.
Look, JV loving it. Loving it. I don't mind parts of it. There's problems, though. And the way the Outcast slithered into the ring, coming up from behind. Now you're getting, I'll give credit. Jericho found a way to get the Outcast some heat.
Yeah, because he's fucking taken off of everybody. This is all the way bad for me. Like, no.
Jericho and Saraya versus Cole and Britt. Dude, are you gonna just walk away now that you're not chained?
Right, though, but that's the thing. Like, none of that worked.
No one
None
messes
of
with the
it.
Ocho.
You can liken in oh, it was perfect. Yeah, cool. That might work for you. But to me, that was, a hot mess. That deserves to be on the Ocho, not talking about the Ocho, on the Ocho.
Now I'm getting faint asshole chants.
Well, I've got a replay of Jeff Hardy's return, and now he's got the old googly eye from the eye surgery. Are they going to do Brother Nero because of that?
Do it.
So now we're all sliding now after Britt took some kendo shots. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll see all about this on All Access. Because
you know what doesn't work very well?
And we instantly follow this up with the Jericho Appreciation Society fucking Titantron. That's, again, another thing that doesn't fucking work. Like, what? You just... sorry, go ahead. There's a reason I'm not normally here on Wednesdays.
Oh, Adam Cole finally stood up and walked away from the rope. He's been freed from that shackle, since you lying son of a bitch.
We're getting the Acclaim, so at least we're getting a 6-man tag match. Maybe this. Well, we've still got about a half hour left in the show, and we're getting the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus.
And I mean, Sammy's
Coke
going
and
to tear
Diet
the
Coke
house down with Jungle Boy.
Well, if they get 5 minutes, we don't know.
Well, they should get more than that.
Oh, Max shouting out Bud Light because the whole controversy with Anheuser-Busch.
I enjoyed that.
I'm you in the chest like I'm Draymond Green. Yes.
In WWE, Jericho was making fun of Punk's straight edge and his pops drinking.
Yes, he was.
I mean, I try not to sweat that too much.
Free from the invisible rope he was handcuffed to. Yes. And the fact that no one else picked up on, I get it. You got to sell it, but fuck, man, you're been going at this for 4 years now. You can't do that. They're
going to have to wipe you up with a terrible towel.
That's what she said.
That's true.
Oh, you can pre-order your wrestling buddies there of Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, by the way, because you got to help Matt Hardy put his kids through college, right? You got to
No, it doesn't work.
Meal ticket.
No, it doesn't work great. The broken Matt Hardy gimmick. Apparently, I don't work that great. The broken Matt Hardy gimmick done by normal Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
it just seems the deletion. No, that's not you. That's not you.
But so, folks, let us know your predictions of this match as we move past that awful segment.
Now, there's some debate here. Some people didn't think it was awful.
Well, they're wrong.
Scissor me, daddy.
Yeah, we've got the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn versus Daddy Magic, Cool Hand, whatever the fuck. So we've got Coke and Diet Coke with Jake Hager. As we go to picture-in-picture.
2.0, not in the Jericho Society, with Jake Hager as a heater, works.
Yeah. That's the thing with the Jericho Appreciation Society is that they're better as parts than the sum of their whole. Pause.
Pause.
that them combined does not work as well as they do individually and split up. Like Jericho is more over, I would say, that he is involved with that. I know why he is, but and I'm not a fan of Jericho at this point, but him doing solo stuff like him in that segment initially was more over than him if he had the cronies behind him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I know the critics are going to point out a lot of that segment and not like it. And like, again, is it a problem that 2 segments before that, you had this big all-out brawl between the Elite and BCC, no security, went on forever, and then you get this, goes on forever. You have all these people involved. Why not have somebody keeping the security at bay? Or are we being too critical?
No, it's one of those of just trying to think about this logically is really the thing. That's the issue is even with WWE, we saw it just even on Monday with Brock and Cody. The fucking security guards were 1 little, 2 little, 3 little security, 3, 4 little, 5 little, 6, all of that just filing out. With AEW, nothing's ever fully declared. It's no DQ or anything, but there's never any countouts. There's never any disqualifications. There's never any security showing up. It has such a WCW vibe that you want this to come across as legitimate. You want to have this be logical. So make it make sense.
I rewound it. He got it around the rope and the wrist. So he's saying he was chained.
No, there was nothing ever actually locked into the rope. They threw it over the bottom rope so he could sell it like he was. That's why he kept his hand gripped to the middle rope there.
Oh, scissor me, daddy. Acclaim for the win. Money, I'll rewatch that another time. All I saw
out here with the back treatment like Raquel there.
Right? All I saw was TK rehatching a segment that was on Raw in 2209 with HHJ handcuffed at the bottom, looking at Orton, kissing her at least.
With Steph, yeah.
Yeah, HHH. I hate to be a smartass, but I'm okay with. There's going to be similar storylines. There's going to be mimics. There's going to be, that wasn't the first handcuff to the ropes angle. There was other ones. And,
but it was the worst.
It might have been.
I can't tell the last good Dynamite I've seen.
Oh, I think this one's pretty all right.
Oh, agree to disagree.
I can't tell you the last good Dynamite.
Couldn't they have done the same segment with Anna Jay and Tay instead of this somewhat forced alliance? Facts. Very true.
Yeah, but no.
Well, no,
I think they found a way.
Storyline. You got to continue the other storyline instead of start a new one.
Yeah, I think we were committed to this, and as much as I don't like it, they found a way to get heat onto Saraya. Make her stand next to Jericho.
Well, was it not more go away heat?
No, not in this circumstance, especially in Pittsburgh, right? Like you're playing up that Pittsburgh crowd. I'm curious how the crowd's going to respond next week, and they beat up Britt, and she's not in her hometown.
Touche.
Right?
Cool hair with the low punch.
Oh, right there, yeah.
Yeah, and Billy Gunn towers over everyone on this goddamn roster.
Wow, 2 count on a loaded punch.
But still, though.
If they lose this match, they're joining the JAS? Shut the fuck up.
I believe so.
Wow.
Billy Gunn, though, to me, even where he's at, still looks miles ahead of everybody else on this goddamn roster. 2, 3, mic drop, elbow, the Acclaim win. I'll let you read that one.
AJ and Nick, I guess CJ Dunn turned into the White Rabbit, huh? That's it. He's down the rabbit hole, but Yeah, our man's still kicking around. He's still doing his thing. Super busy times for him. And yep, we he's still here, guys. He's just not
In
visual.
spirit. He's here in
He's here in
spirit.
spirit.
I can still hear him saying, "Got that shit" in the
Right.
fucking back of my head here.
He wants to be here. He wants to be here.
Mm-hmm. I know we sugar honey iced tea on Jericho, but that is one of the best segments he has been in. Huh! Laughable. I feel that statement. Laughable. He finally gave the Outcast heat, go away heat. And he made Adam Cole look like such a white meat baby face. That's the most that you could have gotten if you didn't look so goddamn stupid with it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm here watching this and also hosting a show, talking to y'all, doing this, that, the third, and everything. Now, I noticed that the handcuffs were getting awfully done, which, by the way, we're setting up the Four Pillars tournament. The winner of Jack Perry and Sammy Guevara takes on Darby Allin next week. And also we're getting Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie next week for the TBS Championship. But yeah, no, that I get what they were trying to accomplish there with that segment. I see 100% what they were doing. The execution killed every bit of what they were trying to do there. That was not good by any stretch of the imagination, I feel. Yes, 1, 2, it's over. The Acclaim win. Yes, the Acclaim picked up the win. As I've got Sammy and Tay Mello coming out right now. So we've got now in 3 segments back to back, pretty much the majority of the second hour has been the Jericho Appreciation Society in one form or another. I feel. So he was handcuffed to an invisible rope. So give us Bebe versus Ocho an invisible bow rope match. Yes, 100%. Make it happen. They'll do the blindfold match like when who was it? It was James Storm and somebody else that they did the blindfold match in TNA. And then like at one point, James Storm's blindfold came off and he had to just sit there with his eyes closed. That's where I feel like they could go with that. But we are on commercial break, folks. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Lifetime, where we do this for anything and everything. If you haven't done so already, tell anybody that you know that's a wrestling fan, could have, should have, would have been a wrestling fan. Let everybody know about us because we ain't nothing but a good time. These matches are good, but I want to be drawn by the storylines. No, not debuts and announcements. Touche with that, and I'll poll the audience here, and anybody can answer this. Is there a storyline in AEW that A, you remember, B, is actually compelling you to tune in, that isn't the idea of Punk versus the Elite? Because I feel like that's the issue at this point of literally they have no storyline since the whole all out situation. And that everything else is more of just based on, well, this will be a good match, or well, this might get the people talking a little bit, but there's no actual storylines to anything. So
No,
I
we've
see
seen
that too.
Yeah, we saw that with Kenny, Nick. Like, I mean, I'm not terribly tired of Kenny. I think there's more to Kenny. I think we can get more out of Kenny. We can see more from Kenny. But it's these spot bookings that don't do anything, right? And like the Vikingo match, he took an absolute beating. It was all everyone talked about was Vikingo. Nobody was saying, "Oh, did you see what Kenny did?" No, it was all about Vikingo, even by the commentary.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll let you read that too, since you came back.
What I love about you guys is you cover all the wrestling and you don't take sides. You make your audience think. That's the challenge because we're always thinking. I don't know if it's vitamin induced thinking.
Point ahead, look smart.
That's it, man. And we appreciate that. That's what we've always tried to, a positive place where people can come and share their viewpoints without telling each other to die. You know, like the tribalism. it bothers me, right? Like, I get it. People were disappointed about Cody not winning at WrestleMania. I thought he was going to win, but the show goes on. We got to see where it goes.
He got worked.
Right? Some people are going to forever think that was a bad move. But there's things growing up in wrestling that we always questioned and wondered. And fuck, you don't think people to this day we talk about, where the fuck did you come up with the gobbledygooker? There was bad decisions made. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we just try and shoot from the hip. It's our live reaction, unscripted. I know I'm long-winded, but thank you for the compliment. Thank you for the love. We appreciate everybody even tuning in for a second. And, yeah, we're just rolling along, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We call it a spade the way we see it. We're not always right, but even when the wrestling sucks, we never do, folks.
Yeah, but and even then, we still cover enough wrestling. We're enough involved in all of this that, we can point out when shit and when shit's good.
Now, and we might disagree, because I didn't hate the Jericho segment as much as you did.
Yeah, I'm going to, I guess, die on my Cornette hill with that one.
Yeah, I mean, and this is where I'm just getting reminded. I think Jack Perry should have something other than the fucking Jurassic Park thing.
Right. He became the Roman Reigns of the Shield. He got everything cool off of Jurassic Express.
Yeah. But part of your Jurassic Express, hence the Jurassic part,
is Kane.
Is not there. It's Kane.
It was Kane. That's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane.
Man, they really got to let JR talk more. The poor bastard.
No, he's too high all the time now, as we've seen. He's just high.
Another guy, yeah, he's just fucking high as shit.
Going out right, friend of the channel, Jim Ross.
Absolutely. Shout out to my boy Jimbo. Wow. All right, Sam, we're starting off quick.
Right, but so we do have Jungle Boy versus Sammy Guevara. So give us your predictions for that. Bobby already taken Jungle Boy. Where was it? Why does it have to be Jericho? He doesn't need to be involved in every storyline. Not if you're Tony Khan. Oh, we got Darby doing the sting in the rafters of I'm gonna look down ominously. He's just standing there menacingly.
See, but why? Like, don't,
because he's Sting.
Make this about Darby. Unless the plan is
that's what they're doing.
You said Sting. I don't want Sting.
I said Darby's up in the rafters like Sting.
Oh, but yeah, don't make this about Sting at all. Keep Sting. Let Darby be an individual on this. Unless you're planning to have Sting somehow fuck over Darby and that leads to a match, I don't see it.
Right.
See? We're live. I had to recant real quick.
You're good.
Jungle Boy or Sammy? Who do you got? Who do you got?
Sammy.
I got Sammy.
Ah, oh, damn it.
Hey, we said
fine, I'll take Jungle Jim Jack Perry.
Crowd's pretty quiet right now. We'll see what happens here.
Because there's not a ton of build to this outside of, hey, you're the four pillars. Remember how we mentioned that like 3 years ago? Mm-hmm. Well, if you don't, you better now.
Right. Dale's got Sammy for the win.
Oh, Spanish fly off the side of the ring.
Rocco said some stuff. I got to get to that, Rocco. The Elite versus the BCC.
Oh, that fair enough. You're going to picture-in-picture after Sammy hit a Spanish fly off the side of the ring onto Jungle Boy.
Finally,
hurt, and I'm just watching.
Right. Finally, we get Jade and Taya. Yeah, finally. Let's go. Like, you can cool something off if you wait too long. Let's get there. Wow. Spanish fly off the apron. Maybe they shouldn't have had Commander running around flying from the fucking ceiling 2 matches before this. Just wondering. Am I wrong?
What up? But no, because I know we like to try and stay ahead of what we're going to be covering or what we're going to be watching and plan ahead and all of that. Because I was looking at like the GCW shows this weekend. And guess what's on there again? Commander versus the Kingo. And I feel like this man's getting all of the fucking payouts of this man has been on every goddamn show, whether it be Ring of Honor,
GCW,
Triple Mania, GCW. Exactly. Christ, at this point, XPW, BCW, NWA.
Let's go.
Any sort of acronym outside of WWE, Commander has been on this show this month.
If it's Wrasslin and
Commander will be there.
Commander will be there. You can count on two things in wrestling: us and Commander.
Facts. We are the commander of wrestling. But it's this, and it's not a knock on him. It's one of those at this point of, though, how can I appreciate anything you fucking do if I see you 18 times a week? Like, literally to the point to where I'm watching one show that's live and one show that I know is probably taped, but you're on both of them damn near almost at the same time. Like, for fuck's sake.
He'll be around Ring of Honor tomorrow. Yo, speaking of tomorrow, we will be here live tomorrow for Ring of Honor and Impact.
420.
420. So I'm gonna be, But we're getting what? Vikingo versus Gringo Loco.
In a Spanish name off. That's all I could think of when I saw that. Had like shout out and respect to Gringo Loco, because I would hope Gringo Loco wins. But yeah, I was like, so one person named themselves a Viking, the other person said they're a crazy white boy. I say Sammy wins and MJF keeps trying to bribe Sammy. Well, it seems like he already has bribed Sammy. He sat there and handed the man a blank check. I don't know how much more you can bribe somebody.
No, I mean, he tried. He tried. Now, is the bribery angle A, played out, and B, is it unnecessary? Sammy wants to go out there and win anyway. Why would he take a payoff to do? Why would MJF offer him a payoff to do what he was already going to do?
I could see it if he's going to go out there and he's going to try and hurt Jungle Boy. Like, even if, say, I don't win, I'm going to hurt you. And then it makes sense to me with MJF. Of MJF, you have to look at him of he's the Ric Flair in this situation. Of he's the one of, I've got more money than anybody and everybody. I'm going to pay off anybody I got to do. I'm going to sit there and $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase this shit of, I'll pay you to go out there and just hurt the motherfuckers so I don't have to deal with them. Or so when I do deal with him, he's already wounded.
Yeah. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, for me, yeah, I mean, but you're trying to take the guy out anyway. You're trying to get over on him. You're trying to beat him. Yeah, it just seems silly.
A little extra motivation there.
A little unnecessary.
Oh.
Extra motivation, fair enough.
Powerbomb onto the ring apron from Jungle Boy. Christ, with both of these guys' ring ears, they look like they should be a fucking tag team. Oh, what the hell? I think that was supposed to be a Canadian Destroyer, but it looked like a Cutter Destroyer for a 2 count.
Is there a solar eclipse tomorrow, or is that just internet bullshit?
Because I think that might be vitamin bullshit. Where did that come into play here?
Yeah, that's so weird. It'd just be weird. I mean, kind of interesting to have a solar eclipse on 420. You have people losing their fucking minds.
Well, no, it's just the clouds. The smoke blots out the cloud, the sun and the moon and everything, so you can't see it. So
right. Ciao,
Ronnie, what up?
Jungle Boy. So the crowd split on who's going to win this one. Yeah, the bribes, like the whole stairwell gang buying each other, like. Yeah, like what happened to Roosh, and they've been putting him on Ring of Honor. I haven't seen him much around here. Andrade stopped working here, stopped buying people in the stairwell.
Super kick into a springboard cutter from Sammy. Oh, he fucking planted him.
Yeah.
Two count. That's such a... I haven't seen, unless I haven't been paying attention that much, but I haven't seen Sammy hit that in quite a bit of like, it's like a sliced bread into a DDT.
If you guys are watching at home right now, fact checkers, let me know. To me, the crowd seems pretty not invested right now.
Mm-hmm.
They seem really, oh my God, what a DDT though.
Yeah, so you got that.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
Hassan, yes, this is the main event.
What up, Ronnie?
There might be a solar eclipse if you get high enough. Yes. Elevated levitation. That's what it's going to be. We're going to be practicing levitation tomorrow.
Right.
Last name? Why? Poison Rana. Oh, and it comes. So he no-sells a Poison Rana into a fucking clothesline to the back of the head on Sammy. And then sells the Poison Rana as both men are out. You can halfway something on that of the last minute adrenaline rush of boom. All right, fine, I hit something. We've still got Darby just there of up in the rafters like Crow Sting.
Ooh, I like it. Go Florida, go. My Leafs laid an egg last night. Worst playoff loss in 30 years. Fuck.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that that's the outcome, but yeah, I thought you were going to ask if I was surprised.
Well, no, I was going to say of worst playoff loss in the past 30 years. I was going to say, are you sure about that?
It's their worst, like as far as point value.
Bruins Game 7.
Yeah, no, morally that one's huge.
Okay, so as far as what they let in the back of the net,
yeah, they suck. The crowd is.
Hey, I don't got a horse in here, so
that's
SDSU.
It's a good point. The crowd is gasped out, and this does feel like a 9:00 match, not a main event.
Well, I feel like everything that they've done so far has sucked the air out of everything.
We gotta half the crowd's doing the hey.
Well, and think about it. You're watching this, and then you've got a rampage taping to follow this up after you probably already watched a dark elevation taping. Like, for fuck's sake. You go to an AEW taping, I feel like you're there for fucking 24 hours.
Speaking of 420, where's Butcher and the Blade, the new Chronic? I like it. That's a good question.
I like that so much because I never thought of it, but it fits perfectly.
Justin says Tampa in 7. Don't talk to me, Justin. Sorry.
Lakers in 5.
Knicks in 6. Ooh. Sacramento in 4.
That's how you know the NBA playoffs, how the world topsy-turvy of the Knicks and the Sacramento Kings are both like top spots in the playoffs right now.
Right. Canes Islanders currently. The other night I was trying to go to bed and fucking every game kept going to overtime. I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. It was after Scream. There was a couple overtimes. I'm like, I can't wait. One went to double overtime. Thank God I went to bed.
I gotta send you the thing that I've seen from shout out Urinating Tree, but so where it's like the haters guide to the NHL playoffs. And he just goes through and shits on every team.
Ouch. That looked crazy. The drop kick onto the guardrail.
This match should have opened the show, in my opinion. No, but then you would have had to open it with a segment. You couldn't full out, just out of nowhere, open this with no pomp.
You could have just opened it with an announcement.
A big announcement?
Like, keep in mind, Sammy didn't say shit. Jungle Boy didn't really say shit till after. MJF was the best part. Maybe they just did it like it was a pre-tape.
No, you still got to get MJF out there. Otherwise, you don't have him on the show. MJF literally has Sammy Guevara up on his shoulders like, we the ones. I almost halfway need that shirt of I'm better than you. Yeah, so Sammy gets the win. I think, maybe. Has the match ended?
It's over. We had a count out in AEW.
What? Boo earns, and now we've got just MJF and Sammy celebrating. So Sammy's gonna pair up with MJF and be his little smarmy buddy.
Did MJF hit Jungle Boy? Like Jungle Boy got kicked off and fell into the railing. Did I miss like a
We're watching the replay. Nope, he goes into a table actually and like just cold cocks himself. And then so MJF came out here and hits him with one shot. I'm assuming it must have been with the diamond ring, and then runs off. But yeah, so we're gonna get. I don't halfway mind this if we're gonna do like almost a 2-man power trip of Sammy and MJF.
I don't like it. Right. I don't like MJF like doing this phony. I don't like it. I like him better as a miserable prick. I don't love this. I think you're watering down MJF a little bit with this.
That's
above the pillars. He's not friends. And everyone's going to say, but it's an angle. He's not really his buddy. He's using him. I know, but don't do it. Just have the 2 matches. Keep it simple, stupid.
Well, I'm worried that this is going to set up to where we get the dissension, the fallout between Sammy and MJF, and we get Sammy versus MJF before we get MJF and Darby.
Maybe.
But
all
I
that's
do
going to
get
happen
a bit of what you were saying to where it does water him down. I'm interested to see where they go with it. I'll say, you could be fully in the right of this is going to go nowhere fast, and that's bad. I'm hoping that they can do something with it at least.
That was such a bullshit chicken shit ending to that match.
Oh, it was a bad match. I give you that. It was a bad match.
Interesting. Bullshit. MJF with the diamond ring. MJF hit him with the ring. Yeah, the way it came off originally, it was, MJF owes Sammy dinner. Yeah, it's such a weird, like, nobody gives a fuck.
It's a unique ending. Give AW a 9.9 out of 10.
Wow. Unique ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that. 9 out of 10.
Is that what they call getting on your knees?
Money, I was thinking that. I think it's going to be Darby versus MJF for the belt. It is. I feel like that's the way it's going. Yeah, he's going to suck up to Sammy. Hopefully, Sammy tries to take out Darby, but fails. That's all this is. But you could have got there without this, because I think I think MJF's above the pillars. So even fucking around like this is unnecessary.
But then where do you put MJF though? That's the thing is, I get what you're saying, but he has nothing else that he could compete with. That he's in that stratosphere.
Give him a side match. I don't give a fuck what you do with him. But he came out, did his speech. He could have been the one sitting up, and there's Darby, and on the other side of the crowd.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying as far as him being involved in this feud, like there's no other feud you could do with him right now.
He doesn't need to be like. I'm fine with him being involved in the feud, but it's why you don't. He doesn't give a fuck about any of the pillars. So him getting involved in cheating so that Jungle Boy doesn't win. So he'd rather fight Sammy than Jungle Boy makes no sense. And then in addition to that, him going after, like, he doesn't care. I don't give a fuck which one of you win. I'm better than you, and I know it is the message they should be delivering.
I get 100% that that's the level that he's at. I see what they're trying to do, though, in the sense of it's their way to still try and, I guess, halfway put some build or some vibe behind Jungle Boy of, well, MJF cost him this, that, and the third of you got to try and halfway make him relevant.
Now, does this
Sammy, I could see them, maybe they can do the 2-man power trip type thing, and I hope they do.
I can't even believe you compare that. Like, that's not even, like...
No one was a big fan of the Austin heel turn, but I understand.
What's the comparable there?
Hear me out though with what I'm saying. I fully understand what you are saying, and I agree with it. Of MJF is miles ahead of this, but I feel like they're having to use him to try and pull everybody else up to his level. Is what we're doing here.
Yeah,
Darby's the only one on par with that, and I get it's not the greatest thing, and I get that. I'm just willing to give them a chance to do it.
Okay, but so now what happens? Does Jungle Boy complain that he was cheated and that he gets another chance? Does it then lead back to what we already thought was going to happen, which was a fatal 4-way, because everyone's getting fucked in the process? Like, to me, it's just, again, you have a really good story, you have really good pieces in place, you got all the ingredients, you just fucked up the making of the cake.
Well, that's the story with AW at this point, honestly.
Right. 7.75 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Invisible 6.8 out of 10. Yes.
6 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. 6.5.
It's an 8 out of 10.
Okay. So people liked it for the most part. Fun show all around. Some of the booking has me scratching my head. But that blonde chick reminded me of just that. No, don't you dare see money.
Don't you put that
deducting a point off your rating. It's a 9. That's not a fair comparable. Stacy Keebler at best.
Prediction for Forbidden Door 2. TK will have an announcement to end all announcements. Fair enough.
Look in my eyes.
No, it's got to be before then. The main event was not very good. Touche.
The most positive guy I know says it's not very good. I agree. It could have been better. And again, I think if that opened the show or found a way into like the first like come out of the first segment, you know what? You two are going to fight right now. Commercial, back we go.
That's honestly though where I thought they were going to go with it. If that's how you start the show off, and it's going to happen at the next, no, just kidding. It's going to happen right now. There you go. You have your moment. You go with it. And would the MJF involvement and everything not seem a bit more fitting if they did it at the start of the show, right coming off of that segment,
Yeah, because he was already
versus
out
you
there.
sit there and wait it. Right? Yeah.
And again, I
Um,
just feel like you look at the difference between like an MJF and a Roman Reigns right now, where Roman wouldn't have been at ringside doing that shit. He probably would have sent one of the fucking bloodline. That's valid. But again, he just stays above the bullshit.
well,
And that's where I want MJF to let them hatch this out, and he's sitting there like, I don't give a fuck who wins. Him having such a vested interest in the outcome, it's just, I get it. You're trying to play the chicken shit heel, but
no, the difference is Roman has players on the chessboard that can
yeah.
still hold their spot.
What happened to Stokes and Big Bill?
Well, I'm not even saying as far as like with the bloodline or anything. There's other people that can run the ball while Roman's not there, while he's doing this, that, the third, whatever, while he sits there on the throne. MGF does not have that.
Yeah.
100% of he is the needle mover, he is the quarterback, the running back, the fucking wide receiver for this whole offense here at this point.
What do you think the audience reaction to the usual hate and bullshit if Monday Night Raw ended with a countout, even if it was by crook? Like that was a really flat ending to it all.
That was a flat ending with Dynamite. I could believe it a bit more with WWE because you have the gang warfare, you have the back and forth. Of you could, but even then, of how many times you see people, you don't ever see ref 1, 2. There's no Mike Chiodas. 3, 4.
I think, yeah, none of that. And then all of a sudden, this tonight is like all of a sudden the ref found 10. Like great, Sean Spears shows up.
10.
Right, but I mean. And I think in the last 2 episodes of Dynamite, I think it's like 8 of the matches have had some type of brawl or run in after the fact. I think it's 8, and fact checkers, you can quote me on that, but I might be off by 1 or 2. But literally 8 run-ins with brawls and other people and moving parts. That's a lot. As a fan, you saw the main event crowd was dead. They just gone through a big elite brawl, a big fucking BCC brawl, like a fucking Outcast hanging out with Jericho. Like, what energy do you have left to give Sammy and Jungle Boy? And they just saw Commander do all Sammy's tricks better.
Right. 100%. Well, this actually isn't a bad
Help
show.
yourself.
I know JV was out there campaigning of how this was the best episode of Dynamite ever because everything was left open-ended. I don't see it, but I would have preferred Jack versus Darby first match and Sammy. That's not a bad shout if you did it that way. And Sammy screws Jungle Boy out of the match on MJF's behalf. That's probably the best way you really realistically could have done that, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I just didn't like, like I said, I just don't love what we're doing with Sammy and MJF. And again, I think it just because now it's making MJF feel just like one of the boys. He doesn't feel like in this moment he doesn't feel above. Yeah, it takes the shine off him a little. Fucking around like this.
I was gonna say, speaking of being special here, but Bobby's saying of see you on Saturday, but no, folks, we will be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow. On 420, the 420 Canadian Special Edition. Of course, we got we're like Randy Starks there with the Integrity Farms and everything. We've got the 420 special with KJ and Luna for Ring of Honor and Impact as well. Coming off of Rebellion, wrestling has more than one royal family, and that's very proof positive and Impact. We'll be back at it for Friday and Saturday. You never know. We might be drafting some things.
We got some shit up our sleeves, folks.
All right.
But yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna give that show
an Ocho.
I'm gonna give that show 7 handcuffs out of 10.
All
I
of the
was so
big
critical
boss.
of it, but I was entertained, so I'll give him a little bit of love this week.
Yes, Victor, we
I
can see
like
that.
Dynamite better than I liked Raw.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
I like Dynamite tonight better than I like Raw. I enjoyed it
All
more.
right, no, you can have that. That even what I'm mad at. No,
Yeah,
no.
I think it was flat as shit. I didn't like the ending at
Yeah,
all.
tonight was. Yeah, it
It's kind
was.
of neck and neck. Shit. Yeah.
No,
All
it
right.
wasn't.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of love.
You're giving this a 7, right?
Yeah, I'll give it a
7 and
7.
a
I'm
half.
feeling
You
good
going
tonight.
8? You going 8.5? I'm gonna
I'm not
start
going
trying
up.
to see how high I can
We're
get you on
paused.
this.
We're sticking 7, buddy.
7? Fine. I'm giving it a 5. And that's being
5.
generous. That's being nice.
Yeah, you're you're like
I'm very
a bunch of
partial,
our
obviously, because of the giant botch on the biggest fucking thing that they had going. That was obvious. But and even then, like you kept saying about how the ending fell flat and everything, like everything that you're saying, like I can fully see. I'm hoping they don't do that, but
yeah.
to me, this was not any sort of a step in the right direction. This was a mid episode of Dynamite at best. At best.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I liked it a little more than you did. I liked it a little less, but not as much as most of the people. I think the average was a little higher than both of us.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Again, a lot of the picky shit. It's just
People
a
agree
difference
with
between.
you. I don't get it. I don't see it. I guess I'm the cornet here.
Well,
But
Raw was just flat as well. Like, I mean, Raw didn't give us a whole fucking lot. And I didn't love it. And I felt like it was actually the first time I kind of felt like the Bloodline and Sammy and KO were getting a little like, all right, now what?
so love
The,
White versus Commander, Cole versus Jericho segment with Britt, the Elite versus BCC brawl to 10 out of 10. No.
they liked a lot. The problem with the Commander match is it did nothing for Jay White, nothing at all. You buried your debuting star in the whole segment. That's a problem. But again, if you're rating based on entertainment, it was fun. It was what it was. I'm over Commander.
So what entertained you with that?
I thought the match was entertaining. The tricks were fun. Jay White gets a big win.
What you just talked
It
about,
leads
how
to
it
an
buried
angle.
Jay White after he hadn't been really addressed after he debuted and everything like that. This is
I
the first match on Aew Dynamite, and he's out there with
So could
the
you?
guy that's been out there
Mhm.
doing something strange for a piece of change out there on every show imaginable.
Yeah.
And it's not just an outright squash.
It should have been a squash, but I mean, the wrong booking can still be a good match. Just because it's not in the right place or did the right thing. The main event sucked. The Brit.
All right, so we're
original-
2 now. We're naming 2 segments that.
That's why I'm at a 7. I found 3 places to take off points or shit I didn't like.
Fair enough. Out of 10.
Right,
Okay.
and I mean,
And
Jericho.
so what did you like?
I'm like I said, I'm mad about Jericho being against Adam Cole, but I thought what they did tonight, outside of some very fucking obvious botches, it was the best thing the Outcasts have done. And it does build up Adam Cole as this pure baby face. We'll see what happens. Again,
We got Wardlow with Glock Anderson.
yeah, that was amazing, by the way. That's my favorite thing of the week. I should give it another fucking point now that you brought that one up. That was amazing.
What does that not detract from Hobbs, who just got saddlebagged with QTV?
That's fucking again. I can't rate the show based on the past sins of thy booker. The thing is,
But the sins is what got us here.
No, but I'm just basing how was tonight's show. Tonight's show, like that moment with Wardlow winning and Arn Anderson being a part of it, I dug it. Points for me.
Fine, I'm still giving this 5. Pull out the Glocks.
There you go. 5
out of 10 invisible handcuffs.
5 Glocks out of 10 invisible handcuffs. I will take it, folks. That is our ratings. That is our thoughts.
I'm here. Why?
Better late than never, Chef. Good to see you. Good to see you. Just hit that rewind button and do it all over again.
You know what out here saying NXT was better than Raw this week. Why?
NXT was better than Raw this week. Raw sucked bag. Raw was not fucking great this week. Now we got Thursday, we got 2 shows. Friday, we got 2 shows. We will be here live for all of it, folks. We are your live coverage. As I always say, we are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling out there. When you want live reaction, unscripted, uncensored, wrestling fans, bringing the wrestling world together, one stream at a time. Dun, 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 dun. I mean,
Avengers assemble.
But that's it, folks. That was Dynamite. Tomorrow, Ring of Honor, Impact. I liked the show, Nick. I know you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. What 2 shows Friday? GCW and SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, they moved Rampage, but there's a GCW show.
Yeah, but Chef saying, I appreciate you guys 100%. Yeah, that's what we do. We're a wrestling channel for fans, by fans. And we actually make you can think about this instead of like the clickbait dirt sheets of here's our narrative. You can like it or we're going to block you. But no, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Bye.